Friends, whenever we talk about a world where the line between reality and illusion becomes so thin that a person begins to doubt their very existence, the first name that comes to mind is the Matrix. And without mentioning Neo, the story of the Matrix feels incomplete. In the past 4 films, we have witnessed the journey of Neo and Trinity, how the war between machines and humans unfolded, how Neo sacrificed himself to save mankind, and then, years later, how resurrections brought Neo and Trinity back, making us realize that the story was far from over, that the real game had yet to begin. And now Matrix 5 picks up exactly where Resurrections left us. Neo and Trinity may have returned, but this time their existence is not confined only within the walls of the Matrix. Instead, they have become the living thread that connects the real world and the simulation. Neo is no longer the confused or innocent man he once was. He has now tasted the depth of his powers. Yet, a constant question haunts him. When will his destiny finally be fulfilled? And is he truly free, or still just a pawn in a much bigger game? Trinity's presence has also become equally mysterious, for within her too has awakened a power like Neo's, one that can bend the coding of the Matrix to her will. Matrix 5 begins in a world where a fragile truce exists between humans and machines, but behind this peace lies a dangerous secret. After the battle with the machines, Neo and Trinity are trying to live a new life, but deep down they know the Matrix will never truly let humanity go. That's when a new character enters the story, a mysterious code architect whose vision is different from both humans and machines. He believes that Neo and Trinity must never be freed from the Matrix, for if they were ever completely liberated, the entire simulation would collapse. In Matrix 5, Neo does not face an enemy like Agent Smith, but something far more complex and terrifying, a program that calls itself Erebus. Its power is monstrous. It devours the very code of the Matrix to expand itself. Erebus threatens both humans and machines, for if it consumes the entire Matrix, neither the simulation nor the machine network in the real world will survive. This is no longer just a battle for freedom. It becomes a fight for existence itself. Neo realizes the danger, and alongside Trinity, once again steps onto a path where truth and deception are entwined. A new version of Morpheus, whom we last saw in digital form in Resurrections, returns to aid Neo, but this time his role is shrouded in mystery and depth like never before. When Neo looks at him, he senses that hidden within Morpheus's code lies the key to defeating Erebus. As the story progresses, Neo keeps confronting the same doubt. Am I still the one? Or has the Matrix already scripted another role for me? Trinity now shares Neo's strength, raising a profound question. Who is the true chosen one? Neo, Trinity, or have the two together become a force beyond even the Matrix's design? The most thrilling moment in the first half of Matrix 5 comes when Neo and Trinity become trapped inside an old simulation where they are forced to relive the most difficult moments of their past. There, Neo faces clones of Agent Smith. This time, the battle is not fought with fists or bullets. It is fought with ideas. Smith relentlessly tries to convince Neo that freedom is only an illusion, that mankind will forever be enslaved by some system or another. Neo begins to lose himself in this psychological battle. Trinity saves him, proving that Neo is no longer alone, that together they are the ones who can truly defy the Matrix. Meanwhile, Erebus slowly spreads through the Matrix, consuming everything in its path. Black code creeps across the screens, distorting the very fabric of both human and machine reality. Neo realizes that the fight cannot just be waged from the outside. He must descend deeper into the very heart of the Matrix, to the place where Erebus has rooted itself. And friends, this is where the real war begins. Neo, Trinity, and Morpheus's team plunging once more into the most dangerous layers of the Matrix, where time, space, and reality itself blur into shadows. Neo and Trinity had finally uncovered the truth, that the real enemy was not just machines or humans, but a dark code within the Matrix itself, a force called Erebus. It was spreading relentlessly, consuming the Matrix from the inside. Neo now understood that his battle was no longer only with the outside world, but with the very core of the Matrix. And this war could not be won with strength or weapons alone. It demanded that he descend into the depths of the Matrix to confront the code that had once created everything, and was now determined to destroy it all. Time was slipping away. Erebus was growing so fast that with every passing second, the walls of the Matrix were collapsing. Human perception was twisting, and the machine networks were beginning to fail. The people of Zion pinned all their hopes on Neo. Yet the biggest question haunting his mind was whether he would have to sacrifice himself once again, or if another path could be found. Trinity stood beside him, not just as a companion, but as an equal force. The unbreakable bond between them, once controlled by the coding of the Matrix, had now become the very symbol of freedom. The digital version of Morpheus revealed to Neo that the only way to defeat Erebus was to travel to the Source, the same place where Neo once encountered the Architect. But this time, the Architect was gone. In his place, Erebus awaited them, having already seized control of the Source. The journey would not be easy. Along the way, Neo and Trinity were ensnared in countless simulations, forced to relive old battles, and even made to confront the moment of Neo's greatest sacrifice, when he gave his life to save humanity. But now things were different. He was not alone. Trinity's courage pulled him back from the edge of despair, her strength lighting a path through the darkness. And then came the greatest twist of Matrix 5. Neo discovered that Erebus was not some separate rogue program, but rather the natural evolution of the Matrix itself, the code that had grown and adapted beyond both humans and machines. Erebus taunted Neo, telling him that every chosen one, every sacrifice, every victory had only been part of the Matrix's endless cycle of rebirths, excuses for a new version to emerge. "I am the Matrix now," Erebus declared. "And no matter how hard you fight, you cannot erase me." The truth shattered Neo. For a moment he faltered, but Trinity steadied him. If the Matrix had been deceiving humanity all along, enslaving them with each new iteration, then this time they would not simply fight it. They would destroy its roots. Together they reached the Source, where the final battle with Erebus erupted. This was not just a fight of fists, bullets, or martial arts. It was a war of code and willpower, a clash of ideas as much as strength. Erebus tried to reset the Matrix again and again, but Neo and Trinity pushed back with the sheer power of their minds, bending the code itself. Neo realized he could not do it alone. Only by uniting with Trinity could they stand a chance. Their hands met, and the Matrix around them burst into a blinding glow of energy. This became the most visually stunning and emotionally powerful moment of Matrix 5. Neo and Trinity plunged into the Source itself, merging their consciousness with the code. In that instant, a cataclysmic explosion of light erupted. The Matrix's corrupted code was burned away, and Erebus began to unravel. For the first time, humans and machines alike felt the brilliance of freedom. The walls of the Matrix shattered, opening into a breath of pure, untainted air. But, unlike before, Neo and Trinity were not imprisoned within the Matrix by death. This time, their consciousness transcended, breaking free entirely. The climax of Matrix 5 paints a new beginning, humans and machines, forging a relationship not of fear and control, but of equality and understanding. Zion is no longer just a human city. It begins to transform into a shared home for both sides. The souls of Neo and Trinity hover above the Matrix, forming a new layer of freedom, one that allows humanity to truly feel what liberation means. This story forces us to ask, what does true freedom really mean? Is it only of the body, or is it of the mind? Will mankind always remain part of some system, or can it finally write its own destiny? The journey of Neo and Trinity proves one eternal truth. So long as humans continue to question, no Matrix will ever be able to imprison them completely. Now let's talk about the film itself. Matrix 5 is being directed by Lana Wachowski, and for the first time, a new team of writers has joined to bring even deeper layers to the narrative. Returning to lead roles are Keanu Reeves as Neo and Carrie-Anne Moss as Trinity, while Yahya Abdul-Mateen II reprises his role as the new Morpheus. A new villain, Erebus, will be portrayed by a major Hollywood star, with the casting announcement expected to arrive alongside the film's trailer. In terms of budget, Matrix 5 is being mounted on a massive scale, with an estimated $200 million allocated to create some of the most ambitious visual effects and action sequences the franchise has ever seen. The release date has already been set. The film will hit US theaters in 2027. And when it comes to box office expectations, friends, the Matrix fanbase is still enormous. After the mixed response to Resurrections, the studio is determined to deliver an unforgettable experience this time. Trade experts are predicting that the opening weekend in the US alone could bring in between $120 million and $150 million. Globally, the film is expected to reach anywhere from $800 million to over $1 billion in lifetime gross. Matrix 5 is not just another movie. It's designed to be an experience, a journey that will once again make us question how much of our reality is truly real, and how much is just simulation. And through the final stand of Neo and Trinity, the film leaves us with one powerful lesson. When humanity and its collective will come together, no matrix, no matter how powerful, can ever last forever.